want to talk just very briefly about the exhibition if you haven't seen it yet. It's on the second floor of the museum, and we're deeply honored to have our artists participating here today. Because we stand at a pivotal moment that reflects on the journey that spans 5 decades. This is Creative Growth's 50th anniversary. And we really have to consider what's happened in the last 5 years. Some of the older artists in the exhibition really were born into a life where mandatory institutionalization was their only option. The younger artists were born into a world in which they could be artists with work in the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. And we need to acknowledge the tremendous difference and advancements our community has made. Still a lot of ways to go, but this is where we are right now. Where did creative growth come from 50 years ago? 1974, San Francisco Bay Area, a time of tremendous social, political change. Berkeley free speech, Oakland Black Panthers, gay rights, early feminism. This is a time when organizers in the East Bay are coming together around disability culture, which would lead to the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act. This is a Bay Area story, and we are a part of that. So in 1974, when people with disabilities were deinstitutionalized, there was not really a path forward for them. So our founders, Elias and Florence Katz, he a psychologist and she an artist, came together with a very radical idea at the time that art would be the path forward for newly deinstitutionalized people with disabilities. So the Creative Growth Plan was very clear from the beginning. There would be an art studio led by artists. People would come and make art. They could spend their whole life there. There would be a gallery. The gallery would show and exhibit and sell the artist's work. The gallery would be a portal for the public to come in to see the work, but also meet the artists. Most people, probably many of you here, even though a lot of you are from our community, do not have regular interactions with people with disabilities. This is still not a fully integrated social climate that we have. Back then it was even more unusual. So to consider the radical idea of creative growth, there was a book in Elias Katz's, our founder's office, which is in the office that I use, that describes for a family with a child with Down syndrome, if they could ever go out to a restaurant together, or if they'd have to eat at home for the rest of their lives. And this was the progressive thinking around disability at that time because the child was not institutionalized. So from there, they say, we are going to be a radical art center. It advanced that way.